everyone, today we're going to be looking at Simpson's rule. First of all, what's a Simpson rule? Well, Simpson rule is basically another method that is accurate than the trapezoidal rule but slightly more complex. Okay, it creates mini parabolas between points in order to approximate the function. Today we're going to be looking at two examples and we're going to be solving them using the Simpson's rule. Alright, so in this example over here we got three function values. Three function value is basically two subintervals. A function value is one more than the subinterval. So when you have four function values, you have three subintervals, six function values, five subintervals, 10 function values, nine subintervals. It's basically one more than the subinterval. Now, once we get the subinterval, we know our n value, which is 2. After that, we look at these two numbers over here. The one at the top is b and the one at the bottom is a. Okay, and after we find a, b, and n, we have to find the height. Formula to find the height is basically b minus a over n. Now we know our b is 3, a is 1, and n is 2. So you basically put this number into this equation and you get 1. So 3 minus 1 on 2 equals to 2 on 2 equals to 1, right? Now after that we draw a table. Okay, table, we start the table with x0 and then x1, x2, x3, right? Now x0 is always the a value over here, and in this case the a value is 1, so x0 is 1. Now to find x1, you need to add the x0 over this one over here with the height, so 1 plus 1 is 2, and to find x2 you need to add x1 with the height again, so 2 plus 1 is 3. To find that you need to do the same thing again, but I'm not gonna go further because b value over here is 3. So after this, once you get your number, once you get 3, you should you basically cannot go further. If you do, then you're gonna get your answer incorrect. So just keep in mind, once you get your b value, once you keep on adding the height with the x values and you get the b value, you stop. After that you don't write any x values. What you do is you find the y values of those x values. So when you put 1 to the power of 4, you get 1, and then 2 to the power of 4 is 16, 3 to the power of 4 is 81. Okay, so once we get that, we write the formula down. The Simpson rule formula is basically height on 3, y0 plus yn plus 4 odds plus 2 evens, right? So height is 1 over here on 3, and y0 is basically under the x0 value, so which is 1, and yn is over here, this value over here. This is yn. You know this, like when you get the b value, right? Once you get the x value as the b value, once you get 3 over here and you find the y value, that is basically our yn. That is, after this y value you don't have any more y values, it's just 81, so that is yn. Okay, and then 4 odds. So please don't get tricked over here. Odd is not these numbers or these numbers, it is basically our x's on the top. So in this case the odd is this one over here, x1 is an odd, so you write 16 in that section. Okay, so I wrote 1 on 3, 1, which is y0 plus yn, which is 81 over here, 4 times the odd is 16, right? This is an odd, 1 is an odd, and then you just solve that. You don't write 2 plus 2 evens because there are no any other evens, and this is yn, not even, and this is basically y0, so just that, right? Let's take a look at another example. Now in this example we have 6 subintervals. This is basically n. Okay, so if there were 7 function values, we have 6 subintervals, 10 function values, 9 subintervals, but in this case we already have subintervals, so we don't need to convert this into subintervals again. We straight away know this is n, and over here we got 2 values, b and a. B is 5, a is 0. Okay, a is actually 2, not 0, it's 2. And now since we got the b, a and the n, you just write the formula down, which is h equals to b minus a over n. Okay, b is 5 and then a is 2, so 2 minus 5 minus 2 over 6. 6 is the subinterval, so which is the n, right? So 5 minus 2 is 3, and 3 divided by 6 equals to half. When you simplify this, you get a half, right? Okay, So after this, what we do is we write the x values. So x0, x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, and then you can write uh, until you get the 5, right? So x0 is basically our a value, which is 2. X1 is 2 plus the height, which is a half, so 2 plus half is 2.5, and then x2 is 3, x3 is 3.5, x4 is 4, x5 is 4.5, and then x6 is 5. No, 5 is b. So after that we don't write any more x values. What we have to do next is find the y value. To find the y value, we basically have to put these numbers into the equation. Dx is basically 1, right? So it's 1 over x plus 1. So 1 on 2 plus 1 is what? 1 divided by 2 plus 1, that is 1 on 3. So this is 1 over 3. And then 2.5. So 1 on 2.5. What is that? That's 0.2857. So 0.28, you can write that 0.28, and then 3. So which is 1 on 4. So that is 1 on 4, and then 3.5.